so much going on with the NNP, and we're just getting started. From candidate launches to contests, events, and breaking news, be in the know. Get notified first about big events and announcements. Plus, we're here to listen. We want to hear from you. Leave us a comment, tell us what's working and what's not. Like what we're doing? Let us know. The NNP is working for you. Interact with us on Facebook. Come on, Grenada, get connected. Like us on Facebook/NNP Grenada and keep moving.
Watch them, make me jump and sing. Watch them, cast up on body balancing. Watch them, whining in and out, I time me them spread out and go like cake when I sing. Watch them, when the bubble and start back it up. Watch them, make the thing explode if it up. Watch them, oh Lord, I am tempted to touch when them legs are apart and them open it up and say, whoa, this party a plenty thing. Oh Lord, I say, watch thing, hey, whoa, this party a plenty thing. It's plenty thing.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
It is said that education is the key to success. The Grenada Development Bank believes this to be the truth, hence the reason we have made it our prerogative to ensure that your key is in safe hands with us. Here is how you can unlock your success with an education loan from the GDB. We offer you 3 loan options. We've got our regular student loan, our work-study student loan, and our special student loan. Our regular student loan is for persons who wish to pursue full-time tertiary level education. If you are a permanent employee who wish to study while continuing your employment, then our work-study loan is for you. Our special student loan is in collaboration with the Government of Grenada, geared towards vulnerable persons who would like to pursue higher level education. Remember, you must have proof of admission from a recognized institution here at home or abroad. All our loans are 100% financing with interest rates as low as 5%. Get your funding from GDB today for your tertiary level education, your technical training or vocational training, even professional development, with up to 12 years to repay. Your future success is today. Grab it now.
Look up now! Watch up now! My name is Sheldon Olive, better known as Boise, better known as the Madras, your cultural ambassador, 4-time Soca Monarch of Grenada, 2 times OECS Monarch and 2 times Road Match, inviting you to Spice Mass 2018. This will be the one to experience. Well, Carnival Friday night is the biggest night because guess what? 1 stage, 1 night, 2 competitions, groovy and power. And guess what? Your artist may be the one. You never know. Come out and see who take the title. Foreigners come down to see it. Enough vibes, enough energy. Rag, flag, bandanas. It's pandemonium on that night, so you don't know. I mean, I will be defending on that night, so make sure and be there. Carnival Friday night, so come on. Number 5. Johnny! They put your hand up in the air. Rag up in the air. Put your flag up in the air. Put your hand up in the air. Put the gun. 1, 2, put the gun. So come on.
Teenage single mom, child is hard to mind. Deadbeat fathers just make me sick. Let's do something to get rid of this problem quick.
Yes, this is me, Rootsman Kelly, 2017 Calypso Monarch of Grenada, Carriacou and Pitimatnik. I'm inviting you, everyone, come down to Spice Mass 2018 and enjoy yourself with me. Remember, you will be enjoying the Jab Jab, Traditional Mass, Juve, Soca Monarch, and of course, the March Gras 2018 will be the best ever.
No, kill it, man. The looks in the dreamer. You always ice me on your shoulder.
Wondering about this new kid on the block.
Youth man learn, me say youth man learn. Youth man, you will get your turn.
Come down to Grenada and enjoy yourself.
Plastic rice, plastic cheese, and plastic corn.
Now me alone on the road, and I don't need no company. Fuck my riches mass, smash the pen total.
Greetings people, it's a two-time groovy monarch, the man himself, Dash, the lyrical assassin, the groove man. 2 years in a row I've been capturing the groovy monarch of Grenada, going for the 3rd year to create history. So come and witness on the night now, come and enjoy, because remember we grooving, and over the years, we know groovy monarch has been growing. Performance, the energy, the stage, everything just been different over the years.
She on the set, also the girl looking best. Sing this.
I feel I go on again.
Keep up it. You are the best. Keep up it.
No personal.
All on the road, inside the bank.
So come out on the 10th and witness pure energy, pure vibes, music, bacchanal, rags, flags, witness history as I go for the 3rd one, to defend and to bring it home, back to the Ville. Remember, down the road, where we go, in 118, the 120 zone, out!
Pop your fist and move or you wanna move. Let me make them go. Once I made that thing for the easy no more. None of them are ready for that catastrophe. I got you.
You do in 30 minutes. You could be on one of our 45 black and white sand beaches, or perched atop a lush mountainside admiring our stunning coastline, or slicing the Caribbean Sea on a traditionally built sloop, or adventuring off the beaten path, or hanging out with our underwater sculptures, or do nothing at all. Whatever you choose, an amazing vacation is only 30 minutes away in Grenada. Visit www.puregrenada.com.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
This year's Spice Mass climaxes on August 13th and 14th. It is an event you just cannot afford to miss. I am Tamaya Monroe, Miss Grenada 2017, inviting you to the festivities, the shortney, and all the different traditional mass, the fancy mass, the Monday night mass, and as Specky say, the best part of Carnival, the Juve. Spice Mass 2018 is one that's going to be fun, epic, unforgettable. Miss Grenada 2017 Tamaya Monroe inviting you to the Carnival Queen Show on August 9th, 2018 to witness the 7 beautiful ladies contesting for the title Miss Grenada 2018. It is an event that you cannot afford to miss. Miss Grenada said so.
This one is for mommy. You play your part and you still playing your part. I love you from my heart, boy. Mommy, you lost some love your body, but it till you depart. This one's from my heart.
I found the strength of my ancestors deep down in my African core. I used to be frightened. I'm not afraid no more. The Father blessed me with the heart of a lion and a warrior soul. So no weapon that form against I shall not prevail. And no man that rise against I, that war they shall never win. Cause I will conquer, oh I will conquer. Yes I will conquer, conquer them. Come on let's conquer, oh I will conquer. Rise up and conquer, conquer them. Tell them no retreat, no surrender. I shall fight till the end of years. I I was born as a Makai warrior, and the Almighty God my blade. Fire burn all Satan career, Father loose all shackles and chain. This morning first thing as I wake up, King David told Sam to the brain. Don't let your courage go down, keep it up. And if your heart rip up and stitch it up, don't let your faith them fall, pick it up. When my cup was empty, God fill it up. Don't take the devil contract, rip it up. And if your bad mind people to go meet it up, pass me the Congo drum and let me beat it up. God on my side, me no give it up. So no weapon that form against us shall not prevail. And no man that rise against us, that war they shall never win. Because I will conquer, oh I will conquer, yes I will conquer, conquer.
Good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. Coming to you on a rainy Monday morning on the Isle of Spice. It's so beautiful outside, man.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah. Oh, some of you don't like the rain? I love the rain. My name is Sheldon Scott.
I'm Devon Romaine.
And this is a Hard Talk. We're live on 97.5 City Sound FM. Good morning to you, Django. You and the entire staff, Karen, and all of you down there. Hope you're having a fabulous, fabulous Monday morning.
And 89.5 CRFM Campeche. Good morning to you, my brother.
Yeah, original Rastaman Campeche. That's the original DJ and thing. You know? A lot of fellas when they're talking about man. DJ, there's had to mention Campeche name.
DJ Aquila.
Not just Campeche, Campeche International.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Yes, indeed. Oh, out there in Carriacou, 92.9 FM, Sister.
And in New York City, Brooklyn, 94.9 We Vibes Radio. Wade, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to the other Rastaman, Wade. And two more Jaluan,
Rastaman, Rastaman. They have fake locks here on here. They know them in them fake locks. There's kind of weave
Fox locks.
Yeah, Fox locks.
Where they taking that boy? I go here, but I know when Wade go deal with you. Saturday morning when he doing the program, Wade go just level here. He go give you about an hour.
I just tune in and cut off because I don't want to. Once I stay long, you stay too much.
Folks, it's a beautiful Monday morning on the Isle of Spice. We've been having some rains over the last 48 hours or so. We've been having some significant amounts of rain. So remember to stay safe. Those of you that are using the nation's roads, remember, you can't be speeding and rain falling and that kind of thing. You know? Yeah, I know. I have a problem with the speed that I drive at times. But yeah, you have to be careful. All right? Because rain falling, the road's wet. We have to be careful on the nation's road because you're not just endangering yourself. It's not about you. You're endangering others. Yeah? So you're endangering the rest of the public as well. Apart from endangering yourself and your family and your loved ones, right? So be careful on the nation's roads. Today, it is raining, and especially after the sort of heat we've been having, you expect a little rockfall here and there. You see any today, Devon? Any rockfall?
No, not.
But you expect that there would be a little rockfall, a little, according to how saturated the soil becomes in some areas after this extended period of hot sun and heat, you do expect that you would have a little landslide here and there. So you expect those things. So look out for it. Be careful on the roads. Don't go speeding around. I don't know who does speed around corner, but don't go speeding around corners.
It's surprising.
And them kind of thing. Yeah, boy, some kind of
fellas. Yeah, some kind of men that will just, just do some odd things.
Yeah, so we have to be careful. Someone just sent a message asking me to send up some rain in Carriacou. Pinky, morning. Yeah, we're gonna send some rain Carriacou's way, but they had a wonderful activity in Carriacou on the weekend.
What weekend?
We had the official retirement party for the Honorable Elvin Nimrod. Yeah, 21 years of service in the Parliament of Grenada.
Wow.
Yeah, 21 years of service in Parliament. I'm starting off as a senator, moving to the parliamentary representative in 1999 general election, then winning the 2003 and the 2008 and the 2013 general elections. Yeah.
You have never lost while in government.
Yeah. And he barely lost when he was not. In fact,
when he was independent.
For the last 30 or so years, I think, in fact, not think, but I know as an independent candidate, he came closest to actually winning a seat as an independent candidate Elvin G. Nimrod. I'm trying to remember what the G stand for. I just always say the G. Yeah?
Godwin, perhaps.
How to find it? Good man. That's what it stands for. yeah. His graciousness. Good man. Yeah. Good chap. yeah, but he came. I think it was under 100 votes.
Yeah, under
100 votes. It was very close between himself and Joan Purcell in the 1995 general election. He came extremely close to securing the seat of Carriacou and Petit-Martinique as an independent candidate. Yeah, he does always say, watch, his one of his partners didn't do what they were supposed to do on the day. They didn't go out and meet who they're supposed to meet and bring them out and so on, and that's why. Yeah. Other than that, the man beating Joan too, Yeah, the man beating Joan Purcell too. Yes, folks, the phone lines, we're opening the phone lines early, 440-7377.
And 347-329-3101.
And we need to give this reminder to those of you under the SEED program. Remember, persons receiving the SEED benefits, the payments started last week Thursday. So your payments would have started last week Thursday, so you can check the revenue offices. And it will stop on Wednesday of this week. That'll be the last day they're paying is Wednesday. All right, so you need to go collect your seed payments. Some persons would expect usually they go around the 30th and that sort of thing. No, they're trying to pay the seed payments. The same, there are people saying it money, right? Let us say what they want to say. Yeah, we know that we're doing what has to be done as a government. All right.
Yep.
So the seed payments, they're trying to dial it forward a bit so that they can get the seed payments out of the way before they have to deal with all the other payments and so. So they started last week Thursday making the seed payments. They paid Thursday, they paid Friday, they're paying today, tomorrow and Wednesday. Yep. All right, so expect you can go out and get your seed payments and that sort of thing.
Zingo, good morning to you, bro.
Yeah. Let's say a special good morning to the men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Yeah, no matter which department you're in. Let me see if you could remember the police force band. We start with the band, the closest for us up here.
Yeah,
so the police force band.
As we security.
Dash. all of you guys over there at the police force band, we say a special glorious Grenadian good morning to each and every one of you.
And yeah. Had that practicing right now.
Yeah.
Then we're talking about the Coast Guard.
The Coast Guard department, they always locked in. Here the rain coming down again. But, yeah. So the Coast Guard department, we say a very special, glorious Grenadian good morning to you. We know they always have it busy, yeah? Always have it busy. Whether it's drug squad going out there to get the Coast Guard to go with them,
rescue,
or they have the normal thing, they check-in ships coming in.
They train every day.
Somebody send a couple more boats for us for the Coast Guard now.
Yeah.
I think we need a 2 big boat.
Yeah,
Uncle Trump,
a big one, if you ask Trump for that, you get it.
Uncle Trump,
don't ask for nothing else. Ask for military, Trump go give you.
We want an aircraft carrier. We don't need that. We ain't want that because the aircraft carrier might take Grenada population and more. We don't need that.
You want a tool like what we have and a bigger one.
Yeah,
a support vessel.
Yeah, if we get like
and a helicopter.
No, but watch. In my view, if we get like 3 large vessels with the smaller ones, so like you could station one in Petit-Martinique, one in Carriacou, one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast. Yeah, so you have one that dealing with the West Coast right through, you have one dealing with the East Coast right through. Yeah, so if you could have that, 5 would be the optimal. You have one based on the base itself, so you could always send out and so. I mean, I thinking
security for surety.
Yeah, I mean, it's we waters and we are oiling them their waters. That's right now. Right now we're making joke. That. We've got oil on them their waters.
We can afford that.
Yeah, well, actually under the water, in the soil, not in the water itself. You understand? But you know what we're talking about.
The men and women of the Immigration Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Good morning to you, Superintendent Aesop Pierre and his officers. Yeah, continue to do an excellent work. Oh, by the way, did you find out about the passport?
Let me see if I can pull it up because I did get a notice from the Immigration Department. So let's just read that for you. You know, immigration don't stick.
Yeah, they don't stick.
They don't stick. I tell all you, they don't stick. One time. So there's a notice that is out from the Immigration and Passport Department. The general public is hereby informed that applications for passports at the old fee will only be accepted up to 3 p.m. on Friday, the 6th of July, 2018 at the various offices. So if you apply for your passport and you're going to pay the fee that it is right now, that's $125. Yes. You have up until next week, Friday. That's the last day that they're accepting payments at the present fee. All right? So that's the main office at the Sir Eric Matthew Gary Botanical Gardens and the sub-offices in Carriacou, Guave, and Grenville. The last day they'll be accepting the present fee will be up to next week. Not this week, Friday, but next week, Friday, the 6th of July. All right? But then, remember, you're paying that fee and you're getting the present type of passport, not the new one, not the new newfangled passport. You're getting the old-fangled passport, right? Be further informed that during the week of Monday, the 9th of July, to the end of day Friday, the 13th of July, no applications will be accepted. So, folks, there will be 1 week in which you will not be able to apply for a new passport. All right, that is because during that time, they'll have to be putting the systems in place to be printing and processing the new passports. All right, that's going to take roughly a week. So for the week, Monday the 9th of July to Friday the 13th of July, no applications will be accepted. But the following week, the following Monday, new applications will be received as of Monday the 16th of July at the new fee of $175 for the new e-passport.
I'll go wait.
Right? So as of, you could go for your new type of passport as of Monday the 16th of July. It doesn't stop you from, if you have emergency, you need to travel, it doesn't stop you from getting your Grenada passport right now. Yeah. But take note that between the 9th of July and 13th of July, that week, in other words, it's 2 weeks from now, the week after next week, right? You will not be able to apply for a passport for that week because they'll be transitioning to the new system. All right? We'll continue reminding you in case you don't know, you're hearing somebody saying, and so you could check with a friend, you could check with somebody, and so that you know might need to have a passport in that space of time, because you will not. We don't want nobody going down there and trying to cuss the immigration and saying all you didn't say. You heard it here. They've sent the information far and wide. So we don't want nobody going there between the 9th and 13th and cussing them and saying how well you could shut down the system and people want to go and it's because government don't have money and all kind of stupidness. Yeah, let's just cancel the stupidity.
And listen, pay attention.
So pay attention. All who hear tell others that between the 9th of July and 13th of July, no passport applications will be accepted. But from the following Monday, all systems will resume with the new e-passport. And in fact,
please pay attention. It's not, the immigration is not closed. They are just not accepting application for the new passport. It's business as usual. But for that purpose, yeah, you know.
Because outside of that too, with the new e-passport, when you're going down there to bring in your application, you have the option of, if you want to take your passport picture and bring it, you can do that, or they will take your picture down there one time and process the new passport for you. So you can have your picture taken at the immigration. That's as of the 16th, when they have the new system in place. So you go down there, you could come and you make sure you're dressed properly. Remember, no tin strap, armless, and that kind of thing. Sort of thing. No hairstyle that covering your ears and those sort of things. Yeah, the passport pictures are very specific. You can't take a passport picture that covers your ears and so, right? So you go down and you can have your photo taken at the immigration department. But remember, and we have to continue saying it, it starts from Monday the 16th. You can go now. You pay the present fee of $125 or $120, whatever it is for the passport. You could pay the present fee. You could get your normal, the present Grenada passport. But if you want to wait for the new one, you have to go in from the 16th. All right? Nice. Good. So, yeah, cover that one.
Yeah. But a question someone is asking, right? And I said I had to find out. If you go in now and you get the the regular passport as it is right now, and you want to make that transition, right? Let's say within the next 3 months. How?
If you've done what? Sorry, I missed the entire question.
If you go right now, you need that passport. You go, you pay the regular fee, you obtain the passport that you get that you have right now. 3-4 months down the road, when the new one comes into effect, the e-passport, and you want to get there, what is the transition? What?
No, you make a application, a passport application, but you'll pay $300.
Okay.
Instead of the $175, you'll be paying $300.
Clarity.
Yes,
definitely.
I remember that question did come up during the time that
when
they were here.
Yeah.
So it will come up to, is that about 300 yen?
Yeah,
because you're
around there. So that additional cost.
Yeah, you're paying an additional cost. You're paying the 175 plus an additional cost.
So
you can apply and get the new one.
Wonderful.
But so Shola is asking if the application forms remain the same. No, there'll be a change to the application form, and that's one of the reasons that they would not be accepting any forms between the 9th, the 5th, the
9th to the 13th.
The 9th to the 13th. Yes. Because the application forms will also change. Yeah? And as it is right now, you could get the present application form online. They'll be putting the new application form online and all of that. Yeah? So they're trying to make it easier and more efficient for you. Yeah, so the form will change. The form definitely will change. All right?
Good.
Nice.
So we got that. So pay attention as we go on, continue with the program, and so we'll giving you that information.
Again.
Yes, over and over again. Hey,
Fisherman birthday things going on, man.
Yeah, all kind of
thing going on up in St. John's. I know Fisherman birthday is this Friday.
Yeah, climax. This Friday or Saturday.
Well,
when is the 29th?
The 29th is on Friday.
On Friday.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
so
Friday.
It's Friday.
So Fisherman's birthday.
It's Friday.
The activities are. I'm looking for the activities here. I don't have them. I know they had like dinners and all sorts of things.
They had a bonfire sometime over the weekend. They had a bonfire on the sea. Wow.
Main office, Ms. Duncan, can you please forward us the cricket scores from the weekend? We know that Karaku was beaten by St. John. We know that St. John would have beaten Karaku. St. John leave quite here and go up in Karaku and beat Karaku.
No, boy, something wrong.
Honorable Kendra Matthew and she in cabinet
wrong,
now,
man?
so she can't hear me.
Yeah.
She in cabinet now. Honorable Kendra Matthew and you could allow that to happen. She ain't play, man. She ain't play. If she play, the winners. Yeah, man. If she play, the winners.
You know what? They miss out that factor, boy. Yeah, the Hard Talk team wasn't there.
They're wrong. You should have tell us.
The Hard Talk team wasn't there. We put that kind of support and everything, you know.
If they did tell us come, that'd be a different thing. I mean, I'll tell Hard Talk come up there.
You understand? That kind of support, you know, we that engineer that, and we know them go off people and them, we know how to fight them. I mean, you have to apply little tactics and things, but anyhow, all is not lost. You know, all is not lost. Hey, good morning to everyone on the live there, wherever you're from. Depot.
Let's use good morning to you, my brother. Man.
Yeah.
Kim is there.
Depot, Sherla, Zingo. Hey, Depot, thank you very much, man. We'll keep in touch. All right.
Yeah, people keep saying my microphone distorted. If I load the microphone any more than this, I wouldn't hear anything. I mean, any more than this, it's, I mean, beeping within the thing now, but anyway, let's see if that works. All right, yeah. All right, I turn it down again. I don't think it's the mic, Believe me, I don't think it's the mic.
St. John's is the boss.
All right, so South did not play their game. They're going to play their game Tuesday. And yeah, St. John's went up and passed some lash. Yeah. It's the fish oil. It's the fish oil.
Yeah,
but Karaku have a lot of fish oil too, you know. We ain't doing that at all, yeah.
But I heard them St. John per se, you know, it's a big celebration. They win the cricket and celebrate the whole fisherman's birthday thing. So it's a St. John's thing around this time.
Okay.
You know, so that's why Karaku had to go on there, you know.
Zingo, yes, I do see you, Zingo. I do see you, yes.
The madman himself. Good morning to you, boss.
We could play a little something from Zingo, you know, yeah. We could play a little something from Zingo in between.
Take out the rag and the flag and take out the rag and the flag and wave, 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 wave. Right now, the matters is scatter, scatter it, scatter, scatter it, scatter, scatter it. Take out the rag and the flag and wave, 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 wave. Right now, the matters is scatter, scatter it, scatter, scatter it, scatter, scatter it.
Yes, Zingo, Lord. Yeah, yeah, that's what you like. Them kind of thing. Yeah. 440-7377. That's a 440-7377. Yeah.
And 347-329-3101.
I reached a Soca Monarch night already. Yeah, I done on Soca Monarch night long.
I've not been listening to some of the socas yet, so that means pretty early. But
what I would tell you is this: I'm not judging the soca yet, but I can tell you the groovy is absolutely difficult. I don't know how the judges are going to be dealing with the groovy. Dash, if the tune that I heard him drop on Friday is the tune that he's going, Friday or Saturday, is the tune that he's going into Groovy Monarch with, it's going to be extremely difficult to beat him.
Yeah, he will defend it.
I do know, though, that the Soca Monarch champ, Boise, has a groovy tune day that bad for years. You also have Black Adan, who you certainly cannot count out, who has won the crown before, who has placed in the top 3, I think at least 2 or 3 times, and who has a song that is really, really picking up this year. And the video that he dropped with it is causing a lot of ruction out there. So you have to look out for Renroy, Black Adan. You have to look out for Black Adan again. And then you have out of Carriacou and River Road, Short Pre. And that tune, best part of the...
Yeah, that is a tune, man.
Man.
Powerhouse.
The real show is before the show. This year for me, the real show is Groovy Monarch before the Soca Monarch. Yeah? I still don't agree with Groovy Monarch being held on its own. I don't think that financially, I don't think it makes much sense. It may make sense, yes, people may say, okay, Groovy could stand on its own. But the same people that tell you that they ain't coming out to Groovy, they're not going to pay for additional show to come out to Groovy. Or so they may pay for a pay-per-view, but they wouldn't come out to the stadium or so to see it.
You know,
Twin together with the Soca Monarch, I think, is the right formula, and I think it needs to continue like that. And it's going to be good.
Or another idea is if you twin it together with the March Gras show.
No. The March Gras is already a long show where you have each of these people having to sing 2 songs. It's going to be too long. Plus, you have the king and queen of the bands and guest performances and so. The March Gras is already a very long show. To put Groovy with it means you have to start the March Gras at 6 p.m. You have to start it at 6 p.m. and it's more than likely going to finish somewhere around 4 or 5 a.m. That's too much of a long show.
You see, I say that because over the years you find that the March Gras show has been taking a dip. You know,
so it has. And the March Gras will take a dip because you have to understand the context in which the March Gras used to have a lot of people. Now, when I know myself going to the March Gras, you went to the March Gras, if you are a true Kaiso lover, if you are a person that like biting lyrics and so, you go to the March Gras early to hear that sort of thing. But the younger people came to the March Gras midway through. So 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, you see some people now leaving to go to the March Gras, and they're going then because that's when you have the bomb tune.
Second round.
The second round. So you have the party tune. So Calypsonians, for those of you old enough to remember, used to come out with your lyrical in the first round, and you come out with your road march, dance tune, party tune for the second round. So the second round of the March Gras in the 1980s, in the 1990s, up to about 96, 97, when it started to change seriously. The second round of the March Gras was in all intents and purposes Soca Monarch. So you had the younger crowd would come out there because you had fellas like Japs that might not have had a strong lyrical tune, but you know they're going and drop a serious bomb when the second part passed. So you know that they getting into the Marsh Gras. Japs, all these guys used to be in the Marsh Gras. And I'm not saying Japs can't sing lyrical epic. He has some bad lyrical tune. One of them I keep begging him for and I ain't getting up to now. Japs. All right, nice. Yeah, but so the second round of the Marsh Gras was Soca Monarch. So the crowd you would have gotten was the same crowd that you're seeing now at Soca Monarch each year. What has taken place, and it's not that the Marsh Gras has shrunk. Yes, you see less people coming in, but you have to understand why. The Marsh Gras is now a totally lyrical competition. So the people who are the people that would have been there early, and sometimes they leave, Sometimes when they finish the first round, they leave and they listen to the rest on radio. So they go and they watch it on GBTV. So they used to leave in the first, after they hear the first round, the lyrical round, they know all them young people coming to run up and down the place now and get on bad. And so for the soca. So they leave. Now, Soca Monarch, which is the biggest show we have every year, is what used to be the second half of the Marsh Gras. So you have to find a different formula now how you're going to get back people into the Marsh Gras. Is it that you're going to try to get the Calypsonians to make the second round, the party wrong again, so that people would come there to hear certain tunes and so again? Yeah, they have to look at that. They have to look at it. So maybe some sort of formula to bring it back to what it was in the 1990s would have to take place.
Also, too, well, hey, if you guys are listening, you Pan men, I'd love to know, like, an update as to how Panorama is progressing, how the Pan men are relating. We're hearing a lot about the Calypsonians and the Soca Monarch and so, but I think the whole build up to Panorama, and so we're not hearing much about it. You might see a lot of ads with different, thing, but Pan itself, I think one of the things, Sheldon, that the band themselves need to take responsibility for some of the things that is going on. I think they need to help or even do more to promote Panorama, right? As individual bands. A number of things, ideas you need to come up with, and so because I always say that, look, if the smallest band in Grenada is about, let's say, 50, 60 persons, correct me if I'm wrong, and if every band, right, could basically bring out 200 persons, and not impossible, a member of your family and a friend, each member of that band bring out somebody, you definitely would have thousands of persons coming out to support Panorama on that night. So I think the bandmen and so on, the band, they need to up their game a bit, together with the Spice Mass Corporation. But I'm most stressing on the bands, and so I think you can do more to to bring out persons, and so in Panorama, the interest, and so in Panorama.
Yeah, and there's a tune here. I see Zingo made reference to it. This tune. Mandela Links is a guy that you have to look out for. You realize the last few years he's been putting out some excellent music. Hasn't been able to secure a crown yet.
3, 4. So when I dead, put jab on me tombstone. Man, when I dead, put jab on me tombstone. What man? I'm telling you, black blood in me vein, black blood in me vein, black blood in me vein. Mass we going insane. Black blood in me vein, black blood in me vein, black blood in me vein. Job we going insane. Cause me mother was a jab woman, and she pick up a jab man. He give her some jab sex. 9 months later, well I was born, right in a jab hospital. I was Christmas jab priest. I went to a jab college. That's why I did like this. So when I dead, put jab on me tombstone. Man, when I dead, put jab.
Yeah, the guy what jab on the tombstone.
What, man? Black blood in me vein, black blood in me.
Yeah, also Lil Natty and Thunder. You have to look for them everywhere this year. The only thing I hear them in is the Marsh Gras kind of music yet. And I remember these guys used to be in Junior Monarch, so So I don't know if they have a calypso holding somewhere there.
Holding somewhere.
Because when these guys decide to sing in calypso, all kind of thing does happen. Last time, I'm sure Pretty Side go in and get on there, and Sheldon Douglas go back in the thing, watch the good sing, eh? These guys could sing. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello. Okay, that's a person paying attention to the radio and not the phone line. Yeah, Papa, or Mama, remember, listen to the phone line when you're calling. All right, yeah. Let me see. All right, brother. Nice. Yeah, but Mandela Links, he's been doing pretty well. He's been doing pretty well. Yeah. So
and we have noticing too a lot of the Calypsonians who basically stayed away from some of the competition is getting back into it again.
Good morning, Sheldon. Good morning, Devon.
Good morning, my friend.
How are everything?
Not too bad.
Okay. Brother Sheldon, Devon, I want to say thanks to Mr. Elvin Nimrod for serving the people of Carriacou with distinction. Right? Mr. Nimrod served the Carriacou people with distinction, and he loved the people of Carriacou. I remember when he first ran as a candidate for the Carriacou, I think he lost by about 23 votes to John Paul Sawyer. Yeah, well, as an independent candidate, he come very, very close of winning Carriacou City. Right? Because, you see, Nimrod has a love in him for people. Right? And the people of Carriacou, they love him. And I want to say that he served with distinction. He served with care and love for the people of Carriacou, Grenada, and Petit Martinique. And as he leave, as he retire, I want to say may he live and have a peaceful life, and may he be in best of health. And Brother Shirley, I want to find out something. Okay? In Parliament Thursday, sometimes people have to put the differences aside. When Parliament open, it didn't open for one, it was open for all Grenadians to partake. And I do believe the opposition, they get the invitation, but there is a choice not to come. And if there is a choice to choose, they have to live with it. Alright, so I want to say to you and Devon, you all have a wonderful day. God bless you all. And I want to say again, we have in the General Council Columbia NMP, but we are not afraid of anything. But the other part, the NDC, they can't have no General Council, they can't have a convention because they are in fear. But Brother Devon and Devon, you have a wonderful day. God bless you all.
All right, my friend. A wonderful day.
Yes, we are having the General Council, and of course, the General Council is not like a open something where everybody does come. General Council is a closed session. You have the closed session, you have the open session, different things like that. No rally with the General Council this year. So you're going to be having the General Council. It's coming up. So those of you who are usually delegates and so either to General Council convention and so on, you need to contact your constituency reps to make sure everything is organized and so. And yes, make sure that you pay up your dues and thing too. Yeah, you ain't coming as no thing and you ain't pay up your dues so that you could come in and so. Right? Nice.
Yeah, because if you don't pay, you're not really a member,
Yeah, you're an associate. Yeah. So you had to pay up. You
have to do the entire thing.
Nice. Hey, I wonder if we could touch on next one of those tunes we just talked about too, man. I mean,
love your girl. Yeah, me know, you have your man. Okay, I don't have no girl, but I love your man. Only you are one. Oh man, you're sweet and sexy. Oh man, you really catch me. I could have you alone, but you could have both away. Yeah, man, now you could be my girlfriend, and you could have your man, and that is no problem. No problem. I'm telling you, you could be my only girl, and you could have your man, and that is no problem. That is no problem. I could be a loyal side man. Your loyal side man, girl, first I walk you through. Anything you do, I could be a loyal side man. Your loyal.
Yeah, those of you that haven't seen the video, yeah, you need to take a little look on YouTube and thing and look for the video, man. Whoever did that, thumbs up to you. Watch, I pin all the fingers up. Yeah, not just my thumb, I give you all the fingers and a 2 toe and all. I know it's Sobeys that gave the horn last year. The fella horn, the horn man.
Horn man.
The horn man
balling.
Horn man balling.
That was a classic, Peter presentation.
Yeah.
Sobeys on the horn man.
I'm seeing Brian is giving us some information in relation to steel pan there. So he's letting us know that they're looking for the promotion. I think the promotion, usually they send out a slew of ads around this time for not just Panorama. He says they haven't seen the one for Panorama, but they send out some stuff for all of them around this time. So Queen Show, Panorama, Soca Monarch, Groovy Monarch, all of that. Usually around now you get it. Usually around now too, you have different artists would be releasing their big tunes. Yeah, what we consider their big tunes. So the tunes like the Soca Monarch tune. Artists may tease you with a tune early up, but then that's not really the tune they're pushing for Soca Monarch. They would release that around now. Calypsonians, same sort of thing. Groovy artists, same sort of thing. So Brian is saying steel bands have gone so far as an attempt to purchase airtime to promote Panorama, a show put on by the SMC. So tell me which other cultural aspect of Carnival have done anything like that. Yeah, so that seems as though we have to have a conversation with Steel Pan again soon. And even for the amount of things Brian raising there, like we had to have a conversation soon again.
So Brian, take note. And Depot is making an excellent suggestion there. But again, it comes down to the association. I'll come back to that. Good morning and welcome.
Morning, Brother Devon.
Good morning to you, sir.
How are you doing?
Well, not too bad. Good to hear from you.
Hello?
Everything under control?
For the time being.
That song like the man that posted so.
Yeah, I realize. Everything under control, but I just a bit sort of shaky a bit for Pan still,
1 second, Devon. Let me see if I can turn the volume up because I'm hardly hearing you. 1 second.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I was telling you, I mentioned the whole aspect of Pan because I'm not hearing not much about Pan and so, especially individual ads from either the Pan Association and so on. It's sort of tickling me a bit. So whatever information you can share, with us will be greatly appreciated.
Well, I unfortunately, Devon, I don't think I might be the right person to share information with you because I'm neither SMC nor Steel Band Association. I am just like you in the same position of not hearing it much. What I'm hearing is what I've heard for the last couple of years, which, I'm not prepared to sit and accept. So I've started asking questions, and some people have been a bit upset, but quite frankly, I think we as Pan players who have been in the art form for 40+ years need more definite answer and the need to see more action. And unfortunately, we have not been able to see that either from the Steel Band Association, who have just brushed the surface, like I say, and we're not prepared to accept that because what they have said so far is what we have heard for the last 2 years, and we all know what has happened over the last 2 years. Nor from the SMC, which I'm not surprised because they never ever really has ever promoted Pan. So just like you, I'm in the same position, and I'm wondering.
You see, because in my view, as I made a point earlier on, I think in individual bands and so, right, need to pick up a bit and do more of the promotion and so for their band,
But I think Devon, that is an unfair request of steel bands. Nevertheless, steel bands have done that in the past and continue to do that. Steel band has attempted to buy airtime on the radio stations. It has been very difficult because that is in most cases bought out by soca shows, which is all we seem to want to promote for Carnival. I'm not knocking the soca artists, I'm not knocking the musicians, but there should be some level of balance. Carnival is about music, it's about mass, and it's about Pan.
So wait a minute.
The other two entities needs to be treated similarly. Nevertheless, your comment about steel bands bringing their supporters down to the stadium, that has always been a case. We have at times bought even tickets for persons in the village. So those things have already been done. But my question to you is, why should we have to pay to enter into an event, pay to register to participate, then turn around and promote it? We're the only entity that has been asked to do that, and that is unfair.
Well, when you put it like that, I mean, I don't want to answer or give any response to that without any information.
What I can say is this, though. In case you all want to do that, even though it might be unfair, but in case you all want to do that, contact City Songs. I'm sure they're going to make time and they're going to make space. Just talk to Django, tell Django I send you, get a special package. Talk to Campesh, talk to any of the stations that broadcast Hard Talk, even check our good friends at 91.9, 91.5 in St. Patrick. They get the St. Patrick people to come down, and definitely we will get some package to help promote Steel Pan on the air. Take
right, and I agree with that, but we were specific as it relates to Panorama, hence my response.
Yeah.
You know? And like I say, we keep brushing aside the real issues, and we're not dealing with it. We're still waiting on a report from the Prime Minister or the Ministry of Culture via the Minister of Culture, which has been commissioned 8 months or so ago, as to the fiasco of the last 2 years, and we have not had any response regarding that. So again, we have continued to do the same thing that we have been doing for years. And these are the issues that we need to deal with. We need to get people in place who are favorable and favorable to our culture, and not one-sided, where they promote one side and kick the others to the curb. We need to do that. We are not dealing with the issues. We keep blaming pan people and pan men and steel bands. That is not the issue. Pan men and their family have put a lot into Carnival, and they keep getting pushed aside. What will happen one day if a promoter comes to this country and takes the cream of the crop of our soca artists and decide that they're paying them money, that they decide that they're not going to Soca Monarch and hold a show on a Friday? What is going to become of Soca Monarch? It is the same issue we're having with Pan now. It is Pan now. Look at the genesis of the issue we have at present. Understand where it came from, understand where it is now, and understand that it could happen to another aspect of our culture. This is an issue of culture, not just Pan, and we're not looking at it in the proper light.
All right.
Well, I can't argue with that at all, you know. But
so we need to get the powers to be, my friends. We need to get them. We need to put them under the spotlight. We need to find out from them what have they done over the last 9 months or so to alleviate the problem. All we're hearing is a stage is going to be built. This is that. Nobody is giving any information as to specifics. We've heard a stage is going to be built 2 years ago. What happened? The kids had to play on a platform. The senior competition got down there, the stage wasn't complete. So we're not prepared to accept that a stage is going to be built, or that we want to know the dimensions. We want to know why for the last 3 years, Pan is being pushed aside for a show that is non-cultural on the national stage. Why is it? These are answers that we need. I have heard through the grapevine that there's been some agreement, some 3 or 4 year agreement. Somebody needs to come out and say, what is the problem? Why are we building a stage that can only facilitate 2 aspects of our cultural event, and they're 3? Why? These are what we need to get to the bottom of.
So you're saying that there are still several issues that need to be sorted out re-Panorama 2018?
My friend, I have not heard anything different that's going to make me feel comfortable that anything has changed at this point. I have nothing. Whether it's from the SMC or whether it's from the Steel Band Association. The Steel Band Association and the via a monthly circular has been quite vague. There has been nothing specific. And I'm saying this to say, what has been stated in that last monthly report has been said 2 years ago, and we understand, we know what happened over those 2 years. So we are not prepared to sit and accept the same thing. Okay, a stage is going to be built in front of the Junior Marie stand. That is not sufficient. Because the stage was supposed to be built in front of the Junior Marie stand last year, and we all knew what happened. We need more information. People need to be more accountable. I would have thought that was the basis of the report, why the report was commissioned by the Prime Minister, but today we have not heard anything.
Okay. Well, what we can do from our end is that we could, in fact, we should have the Minister of Culture in with us sometime within the next couple of weeks, especially as we're into the coming out for Shaman birthday, going full blast into Spice Mass. It is important that we get the minister inside here with us, and then he could probably address, well, not probably, but he will address several of the issues that you're raising there. I know some of it you're speaking from two perspectives. One is the SMC and the Ministry of Culture standpoint, but the other is also from the Steel Pan Association, that you're also not hearing what you need to be hearing from them as well.
Exactly.
So definitely what we would attempt to do is to get the minister in as soon as possible, get him in studio with us so we can have a discussion around Carnival in general and in specific take some time to deal with the issues surrounding Panorama.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Wonderful.
One love, boss.
Yes, indeed. 440-7377. 440-7377. That is the number. And when you're passing around 9, 10 in the night, 11 in the night, 12 in the night, 1 in the morning, don't ask me what you know the road them was. You're seeing Brian park up there and you're hearing Pan knocking, you know. You're seeing Brian park up there and Pan knocking, yeah.
Pan is, I mean, he has Pan running all through his DNA, his blood, he's doing everything, eating Pan. Wow, a serious Pan lover. And then we have a number of persons.
Madam, you come, what do you think? Pastries. I want pastries right now. What cricket scores? You don't bring no cricket score for me today? But what kind of thing is that? You're lucky as a Duncan. You're lucky as a Duncan. If you wasn't a Duncan, believe me. But we were told that South St. George game didn't come off. It's going to come off on Tuesday. We do know that St. John won against Carriacou.
That's correct as well.
But the other match, there was another match?
Thomas's constituency, they won.
They won.
Emily Pierre's constituency.
Minister, appear your team lose? Anyway. So, what pastry?
Currant roll and cheese straw and sausage.
Bring out two currant roll for me now. Yeah, bring out two currant roll for me. Yeah, help me out. Nazim, you ain't want pastry too? Yeah, we'll check now, man. Tell the person lead the number here, we go pay it on air. Nice. Django, I could do that. Django may kill himself laughing. But yeah, Kimran is making a very, very important point on the live. He's speaking about the promotion of Carnival, especially using social media. And he's not speaking here specifically towards just the SMC because they have a very, very high presence on social media. He's speaking as well to the Steel Pans and the associations about how they use social media to help promote what it is they're doing. For instance, we've made the request, but I think it's very important that we get steel pan music. We need some steel pan music to play in and between. Yeah, we don't mind, and we'll play it in and between. The same way we just play other music, we will definitely play it in and between. So bring some steel pan music for us.
We'll give all the bands a fair share. Just how we've been appealing to the different schools to bring the school song to when sports time. That's what, you know.
You know, Elimus, a million name, the man has much name as Aloysius in that movie. But Inspector, right, yeah. Aloysius Inspector, right. We added the next one for him.
Vicious Aloysius. Yeah, vicious.
A few years ago, though, he was going through a stage where he was building back his popularity. Inspector is always a popular artist, but there's a point in time that he was not as popular as he is again right now. That's just before he started the Specky Sunday and so on. Remember Specky Sunday earlier, Carnival Sunday? Right? No, not Carnival Sunday. Rainbow City Sunday. The week before.
For the 6th.
Right, yeah. But what he did is he started promoting himself. So he would call an early morning radio program and say, I'm giving them fellas pressure tonight, and that kind of thing. And he promoted himself. And he got people really interested to see what he's coming with because we know he's a performer. So you got people really interested. A lot of the artists, Lil Natty and Thunder last year, they did a lot of stuff on social media coming up to the Soca Monarch finals, and they built a hype behind them going into the finals. And I realized a lot of the artists and so are doing that. The Steel Pans could do the same thing too.
They can do the same thing too.
As an organization, whether it is Harps or whether it is All Stars or whatever it is, using social media to the extent of hyping your band itself to make more and more people want to come out and support your band. Yeah, outside of what the national promotions. And yes, I do believe I'm going to check the site and I'm going to check my email because usually when the Spice Mass sends out all the ads, and so I get copies of it. So I'll definitely check to see if I've gotten them, and so we could start playing the different ads. Once I confirm with a certain person that I can, I'll start playing those ads and so on.
And we need much more presence too, as we say on social media. Look, it's right now, almost 90% of those who play pan is young people. Right? Get them involved a different aspect, in terms of promoting their own bands, and so give them a small project. So every year they promote their own band in whatever way, so they could get their peers to be more interested and everything like that.
And I think it's important to learn how to interlink. No pastry for you, Hannah. It's important to find out how to interlink between things like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Basically the biggest platforms that are used here in Grenada being Instagram and Facebook. Facebook first, Instagram second, and then you also have Twitter that a few people use, and YouTube that everybody goes to. And how you interlink between those platforms, and you send your information out and about. What, you get back your money? Yeah, we will spend that money later, right? Now, don't worry, we have things to do. Yeah, put some gas, you'll do different things. Don't worry, you spend that. Pass the current roll now, find a sticking, I'm to you, boy. Yeah, thanks. Nice. You always see I get it, eh? Nice. I get my current roll. I can't eat it now, go eat it after. That is lunch. But yeah. So it is how you interlink between the various social media platforms. So, also how you do your boosting and so that the person who has interest in steel pan and they're out there in Canada, that they would be able to see whether it's Angel Harps pops up in their timeline every now and again, whether they're playing at a hotel, or whether they're practicing, or whatever it is. I mean, certain aspects of the practice you want to show because you want that to be a surprise on the night, but you can show something taking place in the steel pan yard. You can show when they're playing down at a hotel. You can show them playing at an event and that different kind of thing, and not just at Carnival. I'm just saying it because Cameron raised the issue. So that throughout the year, you should be seeing constant content, not just from whether it is the Cultural Foundation or the Spice Mass Corporation or whatever, but that you constantly see these things being circulated the entire year.
Man, just bombard my page with pan music.
And it builds...
every so often,
And it builds persons' interest in wanting to see, because... if you're seeing the preparation and you're seeing all of that, hey, Sheshe, Devon Britton, good morning, sir. Don't try to go up the steps again, eh? Yeah? You see, and so that I should be able to go on YouTube right now and get some high quality videos that are linked into Facebook and Instagram also. And yes, Kimron is also speaking about WhatsApp. WhatsApp is important to send stuff around. But that we could have that interlink so that you can get that information. But the content has to be generated for that sort of thing. The content has to be generated by the steel bands themselves and their members. Yeah, if you have 200 members and the 200 members share the content from the steel pan to all of their followers.
All.
You're speaking over 50,000 people. Some people it's gonna double, it's gonna cross-link because a lot of people might have the same friends and that sort of thing, but generally you're going to reach an audience of over just 200 people. You could reach a crowd audience of over 50,000 individual people. All right,
and do that on a daily basis. I mean, hey, I'm not saying that it's not done as yet, but I think we need to whip up some more individual bands, come up with creative ideas, and so get the young people involved much more. Yes, you're doing it, but I think your presence on these, media outlets, need to be more, thing. I mean, come on, I have a number of persons who have pages and you can't get these things. Sometimes do like the politicians when they're campaigning. Every 2 seconds or every 5 minutes, I just pop up about pan. About pan. Do something. So get people annoyed seeing Angel Harps and Florida All Stars.
No. That's a mistake. You don't want to do it to the point they get annoyed. For instance, a certain political party decided that they're going and send out a set of stuff during the election campaign. And you remember what happened? People tuned off because they got them annoyed.
Yeah, when I say
measure the content.
When I say annoyed, your presence has to be there. It's around carnival time, right? Get the persons who had love pan, get them back into it, right? Innovative ways and so. I don't know.
There are different ways. There are different ways. So I think we have a caller on the line. Let's go to the phone line.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey.
Good morning.
I can't hear you so low.
Carry
very low. Good morning to you, my senator. Good morning.
Morning, my love.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I hope you could hear me.
Yes, we're hearing you clearly.
Hello?
We're hearing you very clearly.
Oh, I can't hear.
You go right ahead. We're hearing you.
I'm going to talk. Anyway, I would like to say thank you to my Prime Minister and his ministers on Saturday attending Mr. Nimrod's farewell send-off or farewell party. It was very, very, very nice, and it was well attended, and I was very, very, very impressed with all the ministers stand up, and they say something about Mr. Nimrod. They congratulate him about his past, and it was very nice and well attended. And our Prime Minister, our minister was excellent. Oh, Kindra Maturin Stewart was excellent. Her delivery was beyond me. It was well. She was well spoken, and she talked very nice. And I pray to God, the shoe is there, and her feet will fit in the shoe of Mr. Nimrod, and she'll carry it with pride and dignity, because we all in Carriacou supported Kindra. And I thank the Prime Minister. Oh, Sheldon, it was very, very nice. We had a wonderful time. We danced. It was really nice. And everybody feel happy. And Mr. Nimrod was very, very happy for the night. I congratulate our Prime Minister once again. Thank you, Sheldon. I can't tell you, but I'm talking. Have a good day and God bless. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. 4407377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside.
347-329-3101. That's our international line. Call us.
I love it. I say the best part of the road.
Multiple Groovy Monarch winner.
That's my tune, though.
Girls, all over the place.
Yeah, he block her down and Dash go have it all the night with Mandela Links.
Yeah, the battle.
And I haven't heard Laura Lisa for this year. Valine, I know she has a wonderful tune as well. The ladies, don't count the ladies out, eh? Coco, good morning.
I know the job them agree with me when you hear him and sing and say best part of the road, best part of the street. When the map and them make us stop, she whine and give me a love it. Best part of the road, best part of the street.
You know, that'd be nice if we had some steel pan to drop in between the two.
Yeah, very nice. Every morning you come, we have some steel band just
and we need to congratulate the people that do play steel pan on a near daily basis. Raul Gath, otherwise known as Campesh. Yeah, Campesh International is a man who does make sure he plays steel pan every single day. Sometimes Campesh is a guy who could give you up to an hour of steel pan when you're ready. Yeah, in fact, I must check him. He's the one with steel pan.
Yeah.
So I must pass up and check Gats. Yeah, yeah, steel pan. Also Uncle Lou. Yeah. Lou Smith. He's another person. He does a Saturday evening program, I know, that he used to play a lot of steel pan on. But that's just about it. You ain't going and hear none of those young DJs and them take a 10-15 minutes and say, like, you ram some steel pan. You ain't hearing that. Forget that. Hey, some of our athletes have been in action in Trinidad over the weekend. Yes, Miss Way, bring more pastries?
No.
Okay.
News.
News? Tell me.
So apparently it was Emlyn Pear's constituency that emerged victorious.
You see how this girl go look at the put me in trouble?
They are a force to be reckoned with.
You hear the call and buffer over there. That's what happened. call and buffer.
About 10 phone calls when you come in a few seconds.
a carload of them will be coming down from cafe and telescope already.
Oh my God.
All right, so the victorious team would have been St. Andrew Southeast and not St. Andrew Northwest. All right, my dear. Thank you so very much.
All right, take care.
Best part of the street.
She get both there, you know.
Yeah,
a phone call coming there. Yeah.
Man, I can imagine Brian and them fellas and them and call girl, what wrong with you?
Who get Alex?
Congratulations to St. Andrew Saudi.
Yes, so saying some of our athletes, they've been in action in Trinidad. Josh Boateng, Josh Hazard, Kenisha Pascal. Yeah, they've been in action and they've been victorious as well. Huh? Yeah, they give a lot of trouble. I'll get the exact times and so on. Also, Karani James, he'll be in action, I believe, later this week. Down in Guyana, he'll be in action in one of the competitions. They have to get the exact thing, man. Yeah. In fact, he's kind of the headliner for that meet down in Guyana. They're real glad to have the Grenadian boy. I see the national colors kind of extremely close, you understand? Yeah, so Guyana just have one more color than us. That's the only thing that make it a little two more, because they have a little white and a little black in it somewhere there. But they have the yellow, they have the red, and yeah. I have to get the exact day and time that Karani is. I know he is due to perform at a meet down in Guyana. I'm trying to remember if it is this week. I doubt it went on the weekend. I've gotten a notification. So it didn't go on the weekend. It would be sometime this week. But we'll let you know. Yeah? Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Cathy. How you doing? Cathy Albert.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, and last week, a very successful week once again. The two major stories coming out of last week would have been the opening of the new Parliament building, and as well as the appointment of a new acting commissioner of police, Mr. Edwin Martin. He's the new acting commissioner of police, not as of today, I think it's as of next week. Yeah, he'll be the new acting commissioner of police. Yeah. Good morning to you, Lakeisha Grant. Yeah, press secretary, spokesperson on behalf of the Prime Minister, always doing an excellent job keeping us informed. Yeah, and good morning to the entire staff out there at the ministerial complex. And we had to start downstairs and go upstairs there. So security, you and Rennie and all at the front desk there, good morning. Yeah, before we get in trouble and all kind of thing, take out the headphone. Yeah, listen to the people telling you now, girl. I'm there. Right, nice. So those of you at the front desk.
My good friend right there on the front desk. Yeah, he's smiling. I can see that.
Boy, right now, they're blinding them people over in immigration. And as far as smile passing the, yeah, Gentle Dental Care. Good morning to you. Hey, Prime Minister's Ministry. Good morning to each of you upstairs there in the Prime Minister's Ministry. Hope you all are having a fabulous day today. They worked extremely hard on Thursday at the opening of the Parliament building and so. Yeah, still see some people trying to make all kind of talk about that though. Yeah. They're trying to make all kind of talk in relation to that. Mm-hmm.
Who did what and what, but it's there.
No, but Devon, I mean, okay, here's what, If I wanted to go back to the year 2006, I could go back further than that, right? I could go back to 2006. I could pull the budget speech, and it's available online, the budget speech for 2007, which would have been read in the year 2006. So it was the budgetary year for the year 2007. So that speech would have been read in 2006. In that it says in 2007, the ministry's capital program amounts to EC $43 million, which is almost 20% of the total capital budget. Priority areas for the ministry include completing the St. George's Market Square, the construction of Parliament building and the Governor General's official residence, rehabilitating government buildings including the Sauters and Grenville police stations, completing all roads and bridges related to Cricket World Cup, and continuing with its road improvement and maintenance program. The ministry will continue its effort to address the rockfall and land slippages, especially on the western side of the country. For this, just over 1.5 million has been allocated. That's from 2006. Where they were talking about rebuilding the Parliament building and the Governor General's residence. Now, importantly, you'd focus on the Parliament building. So it's not that NDC came in and just decided that we need a Parliament building. In the budget speech for 2007 and 2006, you had them speaking about the importance of rebuilding the Parliament building. Then in 2007 for the 2008, and we know what happened in 2008. We went on a little vacation. Sabbatical?
Sabbatical.
Yeah, sabbatical. In the 2007 Parliament, it was budget speech, it was said, and there is more progress. For the coming year, the Ministry of Communication and Works will spearhead the implementation of a 30-point Grenville Market Square project. A certain project, certain people say that them do, which was launched in October of this year meaning 2007. The government will also spend some 11.5 on implementing the rockfall and landslip projects. And we know who say that them who do the rockfall and landslip projects. Anyway, reconstructing York House, so doing the Parliament building, but initially the idea was to do it at the same location, and several police stations, right? So it is not that the idea just come about that we need a Parliament building when they come in. So I was trying to understand. But they keep saying it's an NDC project, like if NDC decided, oh, we need a new Parliament building, and they are the first one. So NNP between 2004 and 2008 didn't consider that we need a new Parliament building, that we need to either reconstruct or construct a new Parliament building. I'm still trying to understand the concept behind that one. But anyhow, boy.
Well, even the Grenville Market Square project is a typical example. Because I know for a fact, right, that while NDC was in opposition, I was there, I was an executive member of NDC, right? That whole idea of the market thing was already there. Started to the Greater Grenville project. All these things were talked about in 2006, 2007, 2008 coming there. Yes, in 2008, NNP went on a sabbatical, and NDC came in and was able to implement the project. Finance was already there, allocated, plans, everything was done, right? But hey, they were the ones to implement it. Right, so it's government. Things continue.
No, but you see, when it comes to projects that were started by the NNP, and you see it complete during the period of the NDC, for them it's an NDC project. But if a project was started during the NDC, it's completed during the NNP. It's still an NDC project.
So nothing for NNP.
And if a project was started before, during the NNP, the NDC did nothing to make sure that that project came through, and then the NNP came in and completed, they still come in and claim it's an NDC project. Because I can't understand how them could say the National Stadium is an NDC project. We passed the stage of having to think that.
But every so often you got to just tickle people's, to see how some of them think. And this is just a minority of them anyways, though. That continue to, yap and
flap. 4407377, and let me say a special good morning to the Ministry of Works, the people that get the Parliament building done, bro. Yeah, they got the Parliament building done. Yeah, and the good thing I like about this is that when there are certain individuals that are trying to give the impression that Grenada is on fire, that all kind of weird thing happening and all kind of things. Listen, let's just be clear. These people will be visiting Grenada. These people who are listening in Brooklyn right now via 94.9, and they're listening via the internet, and so they will be visiting Grenada and they are going to see for themselves. Yeah, we are not perfect, but we advanced. Yeah, they are going to go up and they're going to see the new accident emergency and diagnostic center that's being put up at the General Hospital. They're going to see that. Yeah, they will be passing by and see the Silver Sands project. They will be going down to Fantasia to make a local jam, maybe on a Wednesday night or whatever. I hear it does a party there, never go.
Or Friday night.
Right. So they will be going and they're going to see the Kimpton Kowana Bay Hotel. They're going to see it.
And the expansion of the other hotel on the hill. I always forget its name.
Cinnamon Hill.
Cinnamon Hill.
And if they go down towards, if they're going by Garfield, and folks, those of you outside here we're going by Garfield and Lyman. That is where, if only want to Lime with Sheldon, that will be Lyman. We're going by Garfield's Bar in Container Park and Lime. Right? Morning, Mr. DeCall. We're going by Garfield Bar and Lime. So if we go in down there, you're going to see some construction on the two sides of the road.
Yeah, big, massive construction too.
I was pleasantly surprised because I was in the area recently And I was pleasantly surprised that just after the gap to go down by the Coast Guard, on the same side of the road, just after the gap to go down in Coast Guard, and you're looking there is a massive building that was just put up there again. I know I saw some foundation work taking place, but I hadn't been down for a while. And over the weekend I passed there, and there's this big building
huge
there one time, man. And outside, after you pass that and you're going down, there's still another 2 sets of construction, one on each side of the road as you're entering into the university road there.
You go to all them place and
Yeah.
massive.
You can't even fix the road inside there because there's so many trucks passing that you can't really do any major work on the road there because they're like these SL trucks, cement trucks, trucks bringing in gravel and so on are passing there constantly. And Nawasa is doing a multi-million-dollar sewage project in that area as well. So there's a lot happening down there. If you go up to Calivini, there's the hotel project taking place in Calivini as well. So they have so many projects that are taking place all over. So when these people continually saying that nothing happening, the road already people go come and see for themselves.
Convenient blindness and bad mindism. Garfield's back. Good morning. Good morning to you, my friend.
Mr. Sheldon.
Morning, my dear.
How are you?
Well, I hear certain people win certain thing over the weekend.
I was watching a race yesterday, man. I see Michelle buzz them up.
Oh, gosh. I had to get her time, though. Somebody was sending her time to me a while ago. I'll get it and read it out in a while.
Yeah, man. She buzz them up bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
excellent job. Bonesy hold them, man.
Yeah, man. I saw you close to her.
Oh, gosh, yes. I'm gonna read out all the ones that think I'm gonna read it out in a while.
Okay then.
Yeah, and let people know exactly what they do. Because our team did excellent down there. They're coming back with a few medals well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna read it out.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you so very much.
All right, bye-bye.
All right. Yes, folks, so Kenisha Pascal, she won the 1500 meter. Nathaniel Markey was third in the 200 meter. He also ran a personal best of 21.65 in the 200 meter and 10.72 in the 100 meter. Wow, 10.72. That's quick, boy. And he's still a student at the GBSS. He ran 10.72. That's a good time in the 100 meter. You know?
Wow.
Tyron Jacob placed 7th overall, but first in the under 20 in a field of 22. He ran a personal best in the 5,000 meter. Zemali Felix, the younger brother of Gamel Felix, he had a personal best in the 400 meter of 50.12. All right, so it's quite a few of them. Yeah, we want to get some more info. All you link us the times and for the other people because I know Josh Hazard was there. I know Josh Boateng win and different things. I think Anderson Peters, I think he's down there too. Okay, yeah, I think it's a few of them. Well, yeah. Also, I think Markham and so. But I didn't get a chance to collate the information. I've been getting bits and pieces. So I have to collate it probably tomorrow after the postcard. We could give a listing of all that they were able to achieve. Just before you go, Devon.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Devon.
Hey, boss.
Yes, sir. Mr. Scott, good morning.
Morning, Jacket
man.
Yes, sir. Mr. Devon.
Yes, sir.
I want to tell you, you can just put it in your vehicle and on your way passing along the workshops, you can get it done easily.
Okay.
Yes, instead of you have to spend. So I think this is very easy to do. You can go by Mr. Boston, you can go anywhere
and
get this thing do very easily.
Excellent idea, my friend. Excellent idea. I will do that.
Right. Okay. Have a blessed day to have yours.
Wonderful.
Right,
Take care. Jacket man, that man has been hard at work. Well, for Isaiah anyways, construct a nice drum, man. Oh man.
Let me say good morning to my steel pan playing brother Hinkson. Yeah, that's my big brother. He's a steel pan man.
Hinkson.
That man playing drums. He playing the trap set. He playing conga drums. He playing double tenor, single tenor, bass pan. You name it, he plays it. He playing everything.
So he's a kind of octopus.
And when he ready, he does even play the fool too.
So he's a red octopus.
I never say he playing all of them at the same time.
Hey,
I never say he playing all of them at the same time. Alright?
Hinkson, boy.
Boss, you go make me get look so I go down Trinidad. You make the man beat me.
You easy for a big boy pass and just give a rap in about wrong in the
And I have to take it to the...
What you gonna do?
You know that's the one brother that never beat me. Yeah, that's the one brother that never beat me. The other brother and them give me a look too clout and thing. That brother never beat me. I'm afraid that one beat me too. That one has beat bad boy.
Yeah, big one go to try to tell me. Big man like me and the man want I was like boy wrong with you. And I'm butchering and him, you know. And he
but sometimes you just have to take it. Sometimes you just have to take it.
Oh, a special good morning to Brenda Phillip and to her guests there, you know, with her for another week from New York. Yeah,
wonderful.
Pastor.
Yeah, Pastor, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to him and his wife. And so on, they're enjoying the wonderful scenery from this morning. I give them a small tour, just slightly around the city, a view of the Parliament building and everything like that.
Yeah,
so,
right now the Parliament building is actually going to be a point, not only just a point of reference, but you're going to have a lot of tourists that are going to come and want to take their photographs up there. I'm hoping, and I speak to the Clerk of Parliament or the Speaker of the House, President of the Senate a little later today to find out if tours by schools are being organized. So schools can pass through, and every school child in Grenada should see the Parliament and know the Parliament building and aspire to be one of the people inside there too. And we ain't talking about as a cleaner, we're talking about sit down in one of them chair in the center there.
Yeah, definitely.
You understand?
Yeah. Giving, making all the debates and arguments and everything. That is where we want our young people to exercise all the energy. And so, in the building of our country's democracy.
Raphael is saying Dum Dum and them preaching this thing all it. Oh, there. Dum Dum does be preaching doom. Yeah, Dum Dum does be preaching doom. Yeah, they're preaching all kind. And I mean, look, you have the debushing program. These are the same people. And believe me, if I am so inclined, I can pull the audio of them cussing people for being involved in the debushing program.
Yeah.
These are the same people.
They hate what they like. 2016,
2015, 2014, 2013. Cussing poor people for being involved. Okay, Hinkson. Let's talk again, bro. Yeah. These are the same people that have been cursing the average Grenadian for being involved in the debushing program. They curse the program, they curse the people for being involved in the program, and they curse the government for having the program. These same people now are the ones crying about, oh, no debushing program, no debushing program, no debushing program. They hypocrite.
Hypocrite.
With a capital H capitalized like the Hollywood sign in California. They hypocrite.
Desperation will allow them to just say anything.
Yeah.
Without thinking.
So all of a sudden now they care about the people in the debushing program. All of a sudden now they care about the debushing program. You hypocrite. You feel afraid to say it? They hypocrite.
No, yes, some of
we
them.
can pull the audio, you know, we have it. We the cuss people in the debushing program. The other day, only they in the debushing program and the thing, I know, they had the worst things to say. All of a sudden they care. You know why? Because they want to give the impression now that they are the ones that force the hands of government to start the debushing program. The bushing will start soon enough.
That's the objective.
The bushing will start soon enough. But if the government had sent out people under the debushing program before, the same set of people would have been on radio about government wasting money and they sending people to cut stone. That it had nothing to clean up there, and you have teams of people cutting where it have nothing to cut and moving where it have nothing to move. These are the same hypocrites would have been on radio running them out day into night about government wasting money and sending out the bushers when it had no bush to the bush.
You know what a friend tell me?
So no matter you do, you don't do, they cussing.
You know what a friend tell me? You have a particular guy campaign on the radio for the debushing program to start. Why? I mean, his audience and his financial base is dwindling. So more people get jobs is the more you can beg. Hey, I'm just saying that as I was told, right? So
I ain't taking part now. Let's try and push Sheldon and all kind of thing. My lawyer just had to message me and say,
beautiful Grenada. Democracy in Grenada is strong. No doubt about that.
My lawyer does have to come and say, Sheldon, behave. Sheldon, behave.
You have persons, I mean, saying how they feel, what they feel, and so, I mean, there's a limit in what you can say, and so on. You must be responsible. And so, but democracy is healthy and well in our country. You understand? I mean, look at our new parliament building.
Stop being hypocritical, because I know that they're suffering from a certain level of cognitive dissonance. And the problem with them is simple, you know. They want to give the impression that they're important. They want to give people the impression that they are important. So they come and they make the noise, knowing that government is close to starting the debushing program. And then when government starts the debushing program, they're going to go on radio and thump the chest and say, see, we forced them to do it. We forced them to do it. We that make them do it. We forced them to put out the debushers on them. They wasn't studying the people, but we talk and talk and talk. And we what did I put it again? We advocate.
Yes.
Yeah, on behalf of the people until they put the people out to work and so on. Yeah. So it's we, you know, all you have to send a little $50 for us, you know, because we that make all you come out here. This week you have to go and beg again. Beg. This week you have to go and beg.
Might start tomorrow. It's all right, man. Glenn Noel go advocate for you.
Glenn? Didn't I see a post somewhere online and somebody sent a little audio to me? I ain't have it with me right now, but somebody sent a little audio. Hey, that's the fastest I see a crab go back in a hole, boy. They take themselves out totally from anything to do with them and this program.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah, I realize. Well,
put them in a place.
Me?
Good morning to all the different mass camps and mass band leaders around Grenada. How you doing this morning? It's a beautiful morning. I know you guys are preparing. I mean, for
rain could fall now, but you see, for those days,
I had to keep aside.
Yeah, ease.
Take fall now.
Yeah,
and thing, you know. Good morning to Peter Bain and the guys up there.
Boy, Helen Marie. Yo, folks.
And so, I mean,
I realize a lot all you're going on, all you're watching, and all you want. Listen, go and talk to Helen Marie. Tell Helen I send you. Let me make sure all you understand what I'm telling all you here. Now it have the normal price, and it have the Sheldon say to come here price.
No. Sheldon Devon. I find you can leave me. The Sheldon Devon price.
Go by Helen.
Yeah.
Say Hard Talk send you.
Hard Talk send you. And
she go organize you.
Special price. I mean, watch, and you're getting it delivered to her if you want it.
And
if you can't come, I mean.
She had the children's band, right? She had the children's band. So if you want to sign up your children, you can go and speak to Helen Marie for Kiddies Carnival. She has the kids section. Also, they're on the road on Carnival Monday and Tuesday as well. So they have the costumes and they're on the road and so you could go and check Helen. Tell Helen, instead of saying Sheldon Devon, just say Hard Talk send you.
Yeah.
If you can't remember Sheldon, you can't remember Devon, say Hard Talk send you.
Hard Talk, yeah.
Right? So once you go and talk to Helen. I realize some all you're passing and all you're watching the costume and like all you're wondering.
Go and ask.
I wonder if I could listen. If you want, we have Carnival Susu and all.
But all of that, and you might get higher purchase and all.
You put a little 15 on again, you do a little something.
That's what I'm talking about. Layaway plan and everything. Just go and talk to her. Just tell her the guys on Hard Talk, the 3 guys on Hard Talk, Sheldon, Devon, and Nazim, send you. You understand? And you're good to go. Your carnival will be the bomb.
AJ and Associates, good morning to you. You know they have their band coming out and are still waiting on the information.
Yes.
All you know about Barris, all you on radio now. Are waiting on the information. Calvin, right?
Well, I go make it my personal thing and go right. Well, it's not far from where I live. Go to Peter Bain and Nola and ask them for all the information and different sections of the band and everything they play and what, and see how we could create a nice little package. So all of you who outside who here in the band leaders, talk to us, you know, give us the information. We will do it.
You'll find a bus towards Helen Marie? Yeah, so if that's where again all the information
from and Peter Bain, that's who
Kiddies Carnival, you know, she has the Kiddies Carnival, you know, she has Elementra. So you know
Elementra.
Believe me, you could pass by. She's downstairs, the NIS Mall. You could pass by and see the costumes and so.
Take a look.
Yeah, make a look at choice.
Yeah.
Say Sheldon send you, Devon send you, Hard Talk send you, Nazim send. No, careful when you say Nazim because you know.
Yeah, no, you have to not. You can when you say Nazim, you can get tied up.
Yeah, just say Benji.
Yeah, just say Benji.
Benji.
Yes, send you.
Yeah,
this kind of Nazim thing, you know, you can't stay away from that.
Ain't no pat pocket there, you know, pat your pocket. Lord, you know, I forget our wallet too. Lord, our wallet too, but nah. So yeah, say Benji. Benji send you, all right?
Oh God.
Folks, 440, let me stop that, 440-7377. A reminder again. Those of you, yeah?
No, I think I see somebody.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Before
go ahead.
A reminder again from the Ministry of Social Development. Those of you that are receiving your seed benefits, remember the seed payments are being made right now. Yeah. Yes, so you can leave home, you can go now, collect your seed payments. Because remember, you have up until, or remember, or no, because in case you didn't know, you have up until Wednesday to collect it. It's not starting on Wednesday, it is ending on Wednesday. So when the revenue offices close on Wednesday, if you have not collected, you cannot collect it again. Yeah, that's until the following month, and it's not like you'll be getting it backed up so that you could collect the 2 in 1. You'll still just be collecting the 1 for that month. Yeah. So remember, those of you who have to collect your seed payments, you need to go today, tomorrow, or Wednesday. Seed payments end for this month on Wednesday. It's being paid early. They're trying to start the system paying seed payments early. So you've got to go down and get your seed payments. And also, those of you who need to get your passports, yeah, if you know that your passport is expired now and there's a high possibility that you need to get it soon, you have several options. Let's let you know what's taking place. Passports will continue to be processed up until next week Friday. Not this Friday, next week Friday. That's July the 6th at the old price. That's the 125 at the old price. So you can go there up to next week Friday.
That's the last day.
The last day at the 125. Then the passport office, while the office will be open, so if you have a passport you have to collect, you can go and collect it, and so they will not be taking any new applications between July the 9th and Friday the 13th. They will not be taking any new applications between July 9th and July the 13th. That week, no new applications will be taken. They'll be putting the electronic system in place. The passport office will still be open. You can still go there, and if you have a passport to collect that was already processed, you can go and collect that, or any other business. If you want to go and tell them that Sheldon is not a Grenadian citizen and you need to be deported, you could go.
Mr. Pierre, you listening there?
Yeah. Me laughing as what? Yeah, Inspector Joseph.
Boss, I can investigate that.
Two of them will be cracking up. They have all my documents inside there. So go and tell them. All my documents in our drawer inside.
Oh my God.
They have down to my mother birth certificate inside. They have down to a marriage certificate. Hey, I need back my mother marriage certificate. I'll have it inside. But anyway, they have all the documents in there. So we're saying that you can go to them. You can still go to the immigration department. But between Monday the 9th and Friday the 13th, they will not be processing and they will not be taking any new passport applications, nor processing passports during that point in time.
That entire week.
Yeah, they're off for that week from that aspect of their operations.
It's like a rollover from one to the next. So they need that transition.
They need that week to put the equipment in place, put the system in place, test the system to make sure that it's working properly. So they'll need that 1 week. When they resume, the price of the passport will be $175. But that's a subsidized price because it's a new type of passport, the e-passport, that you will be getting. So just making sure that we let you all know what is taking place, right? So if you only want to go, as I say, only want to go and report Sheldon is an illegal fella here, you shouldn't be here, all kind of thing, you all could go and do that still. They ain't closing, it wouldn't be closed. You could go and do that still.
Oh, God.
Yeah? You want to go there, and persons who are looking for things like extensions and that sort of thing, you can still go.
Or just general information as to, you know, at what age your child can get a passport, or what, or if you lose your passport, any information, go there. It's open as usual. It's just the application.
Also, and remember,
right?
this applies not only to the main office at the Sir Eric Matthew Gary Botanical Gardens and the sub-offices in Carriacou, Guava, and Grenville. But remember the different embassies, because some of you might look to go to the embassy in the U.S. to make your application at that point in time, and they may be unable to take your application at that point in time. They'd have to start back on the 16th of July, as the rest of the offices will be starting back as well. All right?
Hey, Depot, good morning. Thanks for the information, man. Iran and Egypt battling it out. Not in war, but in soccer, World Cup soccer, 1-1.
Man, I get worried there.
Yeah, because when you think of Iran and Egypt, you think, they consider to be two Muslim countries, but they opposite in terms of their ideology and their stance within the Middle East. But to see them play football, 1-1, they battling it out. That's good. That's good for their people, man. The unity. And so, battle it out on the football field with sports and everything like that, not with guns and bullets.
Folks, 440-7377. That's 440-7377. And for the life of me, the date, the 25th of June, seems significant, and I'm trying to remember why.
June 25th.
And I thought that it was the 1995 general election, but the 1995 general election was held on the 20th of June. But for some, it's something about the 25th of June that is significant, and it's
25th of June.
It's just slipping me. For some reason, it isn't clicking.
What in Grenada is significant in Grenada in June?
Outside of June 19th.
Yeah, outside of June 19th.
There's something significant about the 25th of June, and it's
June
just
25th.
It's just slipping me.
Anybody have an idea? Help us.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's I'm getting all the election dates here, and I've gone back to the 1970s, and it's not even there. But the closest is the 1995 general election, which was won by the New National Party, and that was held on the 20th of June 1995. The New National Party securing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seats outright, and I think the Grenada United Labour Party would have joined with the NNP. I think that it happened with 1 or 2 areas.
No. They won 8. But in order to
8. Yeah,
they won 8 and form the government.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. We have St. Mark, St. John's, St. George Northwest, Town of St. George, St. George South, St. Andrew Northwest, St. Patrick East, and St. Andrew Northeast. Yeah. The NDC would have won Carriacou and Petit Martinique, St. Patrick West, St. George Northeast, St. George Southeast, and St. David. And the Grenada United Labour Party would have secured St. Andrew Southwest and St. Andrew Southeast. That was the last election. I think the United Labour Party was able to win any seats.
Yeah,
the 1995 election would have been the last election the Grenada United Labour Party were able to secure any seats in a general election in, well, it's obviously in Grenada. Yeah.
And remember the election before that in 1990, NDC winning 7 seats. Couldn't form the government outright, but it took the GLP candidate of Exil Thomas,
St.
John's, to, and then you have had former Prime Minister Ben Jones joining also,
So in the 1990 general election, you had the Grenada United Labour Party. They were able to secure 4 seats, namely St. John, St. Andrew Northeast, St. Andrew Southeast, and St. David. With the National Democratic Congress, they would have won Carriacou, Petit Martinique, St. Patrick West, St. Patrick East, St. George Northeast, Town of St. George, St. George Southeast, and St. George South. The New National Party would have won 2 seats, St. George Northwest and St. Mark. Yeah. So it's interesting, and they have all that information online, and again, all them things online, and brother. Yeah, I'm looking for the 1984 general election. Well, that was kind of...
Look for 76.
76 general election? Okay, I can tell it. But before we go, in the 1984 election, the only seat the NNP lost would have been St. Andrew Northeast. Yeah, so we kind of... You understand? Right.
An interesting scenario, 76 election.
76 general election. Let's see. Carriacou, that was run by the Grenada National Party, St. Andrew Southeast by the Grenada United Labour Party, St. Andrew Southwest by the New Jewel Movement, St. Andrew Northeast by the Grenada United Labour Party, St. Andrew Northwest by the Grenada United Labour Party, St. David by the Grenada United Labour Party, Town of St. George by the New Jewel Movement, St. George Northeast by the New Jewel Movement, St. George Northwest by the Grenada United Labour Party, St. George Southeast, Maurice Bishop, the New Jewel Movement, St. George South, so Eric Matthew Gary, Grenada United Labour Party, St. John, Grenada United Labour Party, that's Uncle Pretty. Yeah, Mr. Forsyth, as in St. Mark as usual, GULP, St. Patrick East, Grenada United Labour Party with Mr. Rayburn, and St. Patrick West, Winston White would have won as the Christian Democratic Labour Party.
Yeah. But, you know, I sort of, in 1976, I don't know why they have that information like that. In 1976, I know that it was the alliance, a combination of the different political parties that entered and run against the GULP. Right? And you see, it's so important to note that because no other party ran individually.
Well, what I could say here is this, that part of the information does refer to the organization as the People's Alliance. It does refer to them as the People's Alliance.
That is
but
what they went into.
When it came to the individual constituencies, they referred to the political party that the different members belong to.
Yeah, and
so that's why it stated New Jewel Movement and so.
Yeah, but you know,
was the Christian Democratic Labour Party part of the People's Alliance, or was it separate from both the GULP and the People's Alliance?
No, it
Winston White.
Winston White. Well, he was separate from the NJM and so, but they came together. Right?
It's interesting. Mr. Winston White here went up against Mr. Ashton Frame. Yeah. Mr. Frame.
Mr. Frame.
Mr. Frame.
Have you anything to say after all of that, sir? And hey, that election was one of the most heated. You talk about election heated. 1976, Sheldon. It was that close to violence,
You know, I would know about that.
Yeah, I know. Your idea of you coming in this earth wasn't even formulated.
No, I was born in 1976, man. Come on, man. I was born in 1976. I was there. I came in maybe after the election, but I wasn't wrong.
But with a very, because when you had Bernard Code running in the town of St. George, Maurice Bishop, and so, but the whole atmosphere, right, was a sort of, man, it was close to not, he had some violence and so leading up to, and even after, and then after that election, you know what happened? That was the birth of the
And Bernard Code actually won a seat.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he won a seat in the town of St. George.
Unison Whiteman in the Northeast, Maurice Bishop in the
Norris Bain won his seat.
Yeah, Norris Bain in Southwest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that was very interesting. It was a GNP stronghold too.
It's interesting because the names that you see here in that election are some of the names that you hear bandied about in Grenadian history. Innocent Belma, he would have won for the GULP in St. Andrew Northwest.
Northwest, that's Delma Thomas constituency.
St. David, Miss Cynthia Gary, who recently passed to the great beyond. George Hoston in St. George Northwest. That's the election that Doc run.
No, 72 election Doc ran.
That
was the first election in Iran.
Let me see if we can see how much he actually get it.
Let's see how much he win by. I believe it's revenge he came back to take, after that 1972 defeat. He was bad.
Oh gosh.
Doc, we digging into history.
St. George Northwest back in 1972. George Hoston, one GULP 1,341.
Right.
Keith Mitchell, GNP 558.
Oh my God!
That's a block.
Don't tell his revenge man come back and take it. No wonder why nobody could come close. But no wonder why nobody could come close since 1984 to Doc, because he studied his constituency right to the T. And that is why up to this day he's successful by huge margin over his opponent.
Strange, though, I never knew Selwyn Strawn as a candidate on behalf of the GNP.
No, that's not true.
In what year?
1972. In 72?
Yeah.
Oh, it's possible. No, it's possible.
I never knew.
It's possible because at that time, yeah.
We have a call. Sorry, I've been paying attention to the phone.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning. Hello.
Hi. Good day.
Good day.
Hello.
Yes, you're live.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've been listening to you on a very interesting discussion on the democratic process and the election. And sometimes we tend to be very critical of ourselves without making comparison to the Caribbean. But our democratic process in Grenada has been always of standard and intact. And even in this era, there were not much evidence to challenge the electoral in court based upon what we might say corruption or thiefiness, etc. There was a couple of times when he was challenged, I think in Miss Ned case, because she was a presiding officer and contested the election. And they won, but she was able to run in the by-election. And other times it was the attempt was made to contest it, they lost. But it tells you that the democratic process in Grenada it was always of a very high standard. And I like that. I mean, going back into the history and discussing it, for a lot of people who is new to the politics, it's very interesting. And I agree with you, Devon. The 1976 election was hot.
Very hot.
The Alliance could not have taken Gary. No. They could not have beat Uncle by themselves alone.
No.
They joined up and they pulled no, and they were voted by the intelligentsia, the journalists, and even some Caribbean personnel. And the Black Power movement would have added some energy to Maurice Bishop.
Yep.
And Maurice Bishop was a great orator. And this tall person with a commanding height, people love him.
Yeah.
If you notice in Grenada, people don't really hate Bishop.
Nope.
Irrespective of many people dislike his policy tremendously. Whereas people hate Gary and they hate Keith. But it was an interesting period, and I like it. You all could poke back into it, and even further back, and point out the details and the alliances, rigs in politics, and even the Governor General. You know, that is one of the oldest involved in politics in Grenada, and continue to be involved in politics in a very intriguing way.
Yes.
I continue to listen to you.
All right, boss. Have a wonderful day.
There's also another very interesting outcome in that 1972 general election. A very, very interesting outcome there as well.
And I have a statement when you finish the make.
And that election was held on the 28th of February 1972. And the interesting outcome there is in St. Patrick West, between Wellington Friday and Winston White. Where Wellington Friday won by exactly one vote.
One vote.
So Wellington Friday of the GNP, 1,185. Winston White of the GULP, 1,184. Wellington Friday won by exactly one vote. You see how it's important to come out and vote, huh?
Very, very important.
When the time comes, it's always important to come out and vote.
Good morning and welcome.
Morning, gentlemen.
Good morning to you, sir.
I just beg to differ what my brother contributed there. It is my opinion that indeed the 1976 elections signal the intention. To me, it's concretized the intention of the then Prime Minister to remain in office by any means necessary. It is my opinion that
the alliance had won that election. And it is my opinion that it's based on the performance of the alliance in that election. The then Prime Minister was determined that he was not going to allow that body to contest of a subsequent election without him making some modification, engineering some modifications to that grouping prior to that election. And it is my opinion that that constituted the basis for the 1979 revolution, based on the need to take action against the leadership of the opposition force prior to the coming of that election.
Especially
this is
the
my
NGM.
humble opinion, and the basis on which I differ with the sentiments of your last caller. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, boss.
Thank
Have
you.
a wonderful day. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Blossom, I'll get a response to that question for you. I might inbox it directly to you. So you can know. Folks, those of you following the World Cup, the Uruguay-Russia match right now at halftime, Uruguay is up on Russia by 3.
3?
Yeah, Uruguay 3, Russia 0.
Ooh,
yeah,
payment.
Yeah,
Payback.
yeah. Them Russia and them was getting on real bad whole World Cup.
Payback is that they score 8
but
goals
right
already,
now,
you know?
yeah, Uruguay 3, Russia 0.
Wow, payback.
Yeah, them Russian and
is a hell of a
them.
thing.
The Russians probably did not take this one as serious as they ought to have taken it, and they're paying the
because
price.
they qualify already. They figure, well, okay,
Mhm.
you know, the screws, but
But
it's
the
important.
Saudi Arabia versus Egypt, I'm not too sure if it's completed, but it's 1-1.
Saudi Arabia or
Saudi
Iran?
Arabia versus Egypt, not
Saudi
Iran.
Arabia.
Saudi
Depot,
Arabia versus
yeah.
Egypt. Yeah, I'm looking at the live scores
Yeah,
here.
Saudi Arabia and
So
Egypt.
Egypt. It's 1-1. And that's at halftime.
I guess.
I think that's halftime.
Well,
Yeah, I
if
think
that
it's
was
halftime.
if that was the first game that was already completed,
Hmm.
all right. So
No,
yeah.
that's not halftime. That's supposed to be the full time.
that's full time. So that would have been the
it's supposed
first
to be
game.
full-time. Hmm.
Yeah.
But we'll know in a while.
Yeah, yes, Depot. Selvin was a candidate in the 1972 election, but what we was asking, whether it's GNP or the NGM.
Well, in the 72 election.
Yeah, I don't think Jewel had run. I think he ran on that GNP. It was.
GNP. He was a
because
candidate there. I'm seeing his name down as a candidate.
yeah, because
for the
Jewel,
GNP.
the Jewel did not feel. I don't think Morris Bishop and them ran as.
In fact, he ran against Sir Eric.
Yeah, in the south.
In South,
Yeah.
and you know the outcome of that.
Well,
he
I
ran
mean,
against Sir Eric
that
back in
is,
them days.
you understand? What Uncle Gary and Dr. Mitchell, when they had similar thing in terms of defeat. Nobody couldn't defeat Uncle Gary in the south easy. I mean, he was just mind blowing, just
That's
blew
why
it
certain
away.
people call themselves a Gary right and went down there to run, but it blows the gear.
Ray Roberts, good morning to you, my friend.
Boss,
How you doing?
Ray, I don't see you,
Yeah,
boss.
I mean,
You're
what going on, boss?
Neighbor, you're scarce.
I mean,
I don't see you, Jet.
See something
Miss
now?
Nadia Benjamin, in that 1972 election, Miss Nadia Benjamin, she would have won the St. Andrew Northwest seat. And so it's not the first time that we're having a woman representative in the St. Andrew Northwest seat. Miss Nadia Benjamin would have won that seat before, and she would have beat Ben Jones, who became Prime Minister many, many years later. He became Prime Minister.
Yeah.
I think we have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Sheldon. Good morning, Devon.
Good morning, sir.
How are we doing on the island this morning?
Oh.
A little rainy today, but that's good.
It's good.
Oh, that's good. That's good. They're good for the agriculture.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, I don't know if Devon will be old enough to remember. I've been listening last week, giving some of the histories on what happened on the 19th. I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that, and glad for the enlightenment. I wish I could meet him to get some more of the info from him concerning the revolution, if he had any remembrance of that. I'll be down sometime in July, August. So I don't know if we can get hooked up, we get some reminiscing about the rebel, because I had some information too on that. So I don't know if we could meet together to, we'll be talking about the healing.
Yeah,
the healing of the nation. They're talking over and getting through the situation. So I'd like to know if we could meet when I get them. When I get them, I'll try to hook up with you.
Well, that's what you need to do. Call the program. As soon as you get done, call the program. Let me know you're here, and then we'll do the rest.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. So have a great one, Sheldon.
All right.
And say hi to my cousin out there in the Northeast, Shoma.
Yes. We know Shoma.
All right.
All right, my brother.
So, all right. So all the best.
Thank
All
you.
right, take care.
Hey, and Sheldon, I've inboxed you something about info for building to get onto the government inside. Some ideas I got the one to pass out.
I didn't see that. You sent it to my personal inbox, or you sent it to the Hard Talk inbox?
I think it's personal.
Okay, I'll double check. If we're not friends, it probably went into the other one. So I'll check. I'll check and message you back. No problem. All right, my brother.
All right, you take care.
All right.
All right.
You know, I'm looking here, and prior to 1972, there were 10 seats instead of 15.
Yeah, a change.
So you just had St. George Town, St. George Parish North, St. George Parish South, St. John, St. Mark, St. Patrick, St. Andrew North, St. Andrew South, St. David, and Carriacou.
Yeah.
So when it came to St. Andrew and St. George, instead of the 4 that we now have in St. Andrew,
5
and the 5 in St. George, we just had North and South.
Yeah, 2. One,
yeah. That's interesting.
Very interesting. So an additional 5 was added to the list in 1972, right? And we hope to add another few in the coming years, hopefully, if the powers that be see it necessary.
So the only time Sir Eric Matthew Gary lost was to Mark Isaac. That would have been in 1995. Yeah, sure, that's 1995.
Yeah.
Let me see Sir Eric Matthew Gary. I think that was the last election
in 95 or 99. When Mark Isaac ran?
I think Mark ran in 90. Let me see St. George South here, and I'll be able to say for sure. Yeah, 1995.
95.
Yeah, Mark Isaac.
That's when Doc won the South seat. Yeah.
And that was a hotly contested seat at that point in time, because you had Mark Isaac for the New National Party, 1,329. Finsley St. Louis for the NDC, 1,084. Sir Eric Matthew Gary, 1,195. And then you had some other Dorset Charles, 48, Richard Peters, 58, and Mertice Reese at 7.
MBPM. Yeah, Richard Peters.
The last election the MBPM would have ran may have been 1999. 1999.
As an official
MBPM, because this is 1995, and we have the MBPM as an organization running there.
Running to 99 may have been the last.
Yeah, I think 99.
Yeah, 95 or 99 would have been the last.
99. 99. Yeah, they ran in 1999.
But it's still a registered political organization, though.
There are many. The Christian Democratic Labour Party is still a registered organization. I know if it does have to pay a fee every now and again, and it does pay
to keep every year to keep registered.
Yeah,
it should be though.
The People's Labour Movement ran in 2003, but we have some political parties that just basically don't exist again.
Yeah,
they just exist only on paper or on record, but they aren't really around. But folks, that's all the time that we have for Hard Talk today. Don't worry, we will give a further history lesson at another time.
Definitely, that's what we're here
might
for.
Might have to get the Grenada story on inside.
Yes, the historian. I've not heard him in a while.
Yeah,
like he took a sabbatical after the election.
I don't know what we know.
We need to get in touch with him. Well, he listening, so
yeah, we know you're listening, so you know you have to find yourself inside here
get
soon.
in touch with us.
Yeah. So, folks, that's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. It's been wonderful being here with you on a rainy Monday morning. Tomorrow morning, God's willing, we expect to have the post-cabinet press briefing, immediately followed by Hard Talk. Yeah. My name is Sheldon Scott.
I'm Devon Romaine.
And in whatever you say and whatever you do, do it safe and secure. You want to be speaking to and with you.
And not about you.
Yeah, and we'll go out with this one, old one by L.O. Man. Here.
Grenada will have a new acting commissioner of police from July. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. The Royal Grenada Police Force will operate under a new head as of July 2nd, 2018. Addressing members of the force on Friday, Prime Minister and Minister for National Security Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell named the Deputy Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin as successor to Acting Commissioner Winston James. Mr. James will proceed on retirement leave on the same day after serving in the position since 2013, was commended by the National Security Minister for his years of exemplary service to the country.
The country owes you a lot for your leadership, your commitment, and your love for your country. Colleagues, therefore, in this context, therefore, we have recommended the Ministry of National Security has now recommended officially that your new acting commissioner of police will be Deputy Commissioner Martin.
Dr. Mitchell says the appointment of the new acting commissioner is in no way politically affiliated.
The person whom I would want to have a say in recommending to be Commissioner of Police at all times would be the commissioner, the person I want to live under when I'm no longer Prime Minister. In other words, I do not believe that one should be chosen for commissioner based on his political affiliation. Because if it turns out to be that person not standing above the line, so to speak, when you are in office, they will do one thing. When you're out of office, they will do something else.
Acting Commissioner Winston James says he is satisfied with the work and support he received from members of the force over the last few years.
I want to take the opportunity here to commend the hard-working men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force for the job that they have been doing over the past years. You have done an excellent job in keeping Grenada safe and secure.
New traffic strategies, transparency in promotion, and strengthening the community policing initiative. These were some of the concerns raised by Prime Minister and Minister for National Security, Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell, during his meeting with members of the Royal Grenada Police Force on Friday. He says while members of the force must be commended for their hard work in maintaining peace and security, there are avenues for improvement in many areas. Dr. Mitchell says the traffic strategy that worked years ago may no longer be effective since the number of vehicles have doubled. He suggested that the hierarchy of the force look into new methods of maintaining order on the nation's roads.
One area that I think we have to put some serious attention to is the issue of traffic concerns. I'm sure you all agree that we have some serious problems in that area with the increasing level of vehicles in the country, with the limited roads in our city in particular, and all the cities in the country in general. There needs to be a look or assessment of what is taking place and to come up with ways of improving on the challenges faced by the citizens of our country. It is well known, and I'm sure it must likely happen to some of you, that sometimes it takes a long time to go from point A to point B.
Each year, a number of police officers are promoted, which continually spark criticism about possible biasness. Dr. Mitchell says the process of promoting officers must be more transparent, with more emphasis placed on appointing persons who can get the job done.
I honestly feel that we might be placing too much importance on a person getting an excellent score on an examination as opposed to the practical work that the person achieved. Because colleagues, I come from an academic background, so I'm not trying to reduce the importance of that level of area of activity. But I certainly believe sometimes we place too much emphasis on the highest score. Because I've heard it said, I got 80% and the man gets 75 and he get promoted. You know, and I hear those comments from people, and I don't know whether you can promote a man just on the basis of an examination grade. And I feel sometimes, while we have to give some importance to it, sometimes I feel it's too weighted.
The meeting was held at the Grenada Trade Center Annex. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The safety on our roads make this a major priority. Health of our people, a crucial necessity. Accidents happen when road users are either irresponsible or inconsiderate in one way or the other. Play your part. Reduce your speed. Be attentive. It is your personal responsibility. Let 2017 be the start of no more road fatality. Be safe, be seen, be smart. So let's wise up as a nation, get to your destination safe.
Continuing the news, more serious consideration must be given to taking advantage of the services sector, which employs as much as 60% of the national labor force and accounts for at least 70% of GDP. That's according to the Honorable Oliver Joseph, Minister for Trade, Industry, Cooperatives and CARICOM Affairs. He was speaking Thursday at the official opening of the second annual Services Expo organized by the Grenada Coalition of Service Industries at the Grenada Trade Center.
There's an urgent need to create new business models that will allow Grenada to earn foreign exchange and create new revenue streams. There is no doubt that the services sector is one of the most important sectors to Grenada's future economic development.
Minister Joseph says government recognizes the services sector as a significant source of foreign exchange for Grenada and sees the vast opportunities in some areas that are growing rapidly at the international level.
The National Export Strategy, which is intended to be a roadmap for the development of the export sector for the period 2017 to 2021, focuses on the development of both goods and services for export. Ladies and gentlemen, the role of government is to facilitate trade, to provide the enabling environment for businesses to function effectively, and the regulatory framework to support trade, businesses, and investment. We will continue to provide the support necessary for the sustainable growth of the services industries as we promote the diversification of the economy.
The expo, which was held at the Grenada Trade Center, showcased the services of some 35 service producers, up from 25 in 2017, in diverse fields ranging from architectural and engineering services, financial services, education, training, professional services, telecommunications, computer programming, and online marketing, to name a few. The Grenada Bureau of Standards is urging consumers who have purchased the recalled 15.3-ounce, 23-ounce, and the 866-gram packages of Kellogg's Honey Smacks cereal not to consume the products, but instead report any findings because these products have the potential presence of salmonella. No other Kellogg products are impacted by the recall. According to reports, Kellogg launched an investigation with third-party manufacturer who produces Honey Smacks immediately after being contacted by the Food and Drug Administration and the Center for Disease Control regarding reported illnesses. According to the CDC, use or consumption of products contaminated with salmonella may result in serious illness. It can also produce serious and sometimes fatal infections in young children, frail or elderly people, and others with weakened immune systems. Healthy individuals infected with salmonella can experience fever, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain lasting 4 to 7 days. The affected product has been distributed in the Caribbean and a number of Spanish-speaking countries. And that's the National Report. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.
The most anticipated, talked about event of 2018. On the 8th day of the 8th month, 2018. Concept Events presents Pre-Day, Ladies First, the Black Edition 3.0. 8 international acts, 8 local superstars. Pre-Day. Grenada National Stadium, August 8th, 2018. $15 advance tickets, $60 after. More at the door. VIP $450, catered by Sandals Grenada Resort and Spa. Reserve yours today. Tickets online at gotofet.com. Stay tuned for more. Pre-Day, Ladies First.
Watch them, make me jump and sing. Watch them, dance up and battle and sing. Watch them, whining in and out, I time me them spread out and go like cake when I sing. Watch them, when the bubble and start back it up. Watch them,